up, YouTube? Welcome back to Paint Points. It's that man, Abu's brother man. And today we got another video of the Commanders universe. In these videos, we just go around the landscape. We take a look at different YouTubers, different radio personalities, and see what they got to say about the Commanders in the recent events. As of right now, the talk of the town is that the Commanders went full body, full scope, and they went to Ohio State Pro Day, man. I heard everybody. When I heard Josh Harris win, I heard head coach Dan Quinn win, I heard Daronte, I heard Blough win, I heard Adam Peter, I heard the whole damn scouting team went to Ohio State, man. And it looks like they're about to pick somebody from Ohio State, or they just want to get a little more clarity on who they should pick up from at that number 7 spot. But needless to say, they got a lot of prospects, man, and it definitely is worth it going out there to check these guys out. As you can see in the video, Arvell Reese going crazy around them dummies. Like, you know, I mean, I don't really understand going to pro. I mean, for me, going to a pro day would be more of the conversation I'm having with the athlete more than trying to see it through the workout and shit like that, because I've already seen film. I've seen the tape. That's all I'm worried about. Now, when I meet you, I'm worried about how you are as a person, how you are face to face. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's go around the Commanders universe and let's see what's been going on. So, off the rip, these guys have been photographed to be in Ohio's look. Adam, Dan, and whoever else there. It looks like this was something that's placed on X. Looks like Carnell Tate wants to follow Terry McLaurin's path from the Ohio State Buckeyes to the Washington Commanders. So it looks like they're talking to Carnell Tate right now. You know, picking up Carnell Tate and adding him to our roster will be a great addition. Does he fill a hole that we need? No. Because yes, we need a receiver, but what type of receiver do we need, y'all? We need an X receiver. We need a guy that you can put out there, have him go one-on-one with their best corner, the defense's best corner, and y'all just play, you know, 1v1 the entire football game. Hitches, slants, slow goes, fades, corners. That's all we need you for, bro. Nothing too complicated. Now, bringing a guy like Carnell Tate brings you your Terry McLaurin replacement. Terry McLaurin is that Z-type receiver where you can move him all around the formation. You know, maybe even put him in the backfield. You know, the X receiver usually is too big and a little bit slower feet to be put in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? But that Z receiver, that Terry McLaurin, that Carnell Tate type receiver is able to move all around the chessboard. So as you can see, we got Dan Quinn, head coach, and the Jordans. Okay. And then we got, you know, Adam Peters, AP, you know, speaking with Carnell Tate, because he very well may be there at number 7 for us to choose. Now, right before us is number 6 is the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns need a wide receiver like yesterday. But are they willing to draft really a number 2, a high-end number 2 receiver in Carnell Tate? They need a high-end anything with the Cleveland Browns. So you never know if Carnell Tate will make it to the number 7 spot. But as you can see, the Washington Commanders are putting a full court press on these Ohio State prospects, man. Let's see. This is another tweet on X. I'm sure nobody would make too much of this, but Commanders party stayed late after the Ohio State Pro Day and were chatting it up with receiver Carnell Tate, as we can see here. Hey man, shout out to the Commanders, man. Y'all, hey, I like if y'all seeing something that y'all like, if y'all seeing something that needs to be addressed, press the issue. Press the issue, man. That's what this shit about, man. If you got an inkling, if you think something, don't think it too long. Press the issue, man. I like what they're doing, man. Let's check out Arvell Reese. Going crazy. Hey. Arvell Reese again. I mean, don't get me wrong. All these guys is athletic, man. Really, it's a plethora of things as to why a certain prospect don't pan out. So, like, I don't know. When it comes to these defensive linebackers, these, defensive players, sometimes you just don't know, man. Sometimes you can't measure the heart and the dog in a nigga, man. You can't measure that shit sometimes, man. But do they look great in the workout? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They look great in the workout, man. All right, we got some big boys. Big boys getting dirty. All right, so Arvell Reese playing. All right. Oh, yeah, let's hit it with the sound on. Yeah, I need to hear violence. Come on, man. That's bullshit. I ain't hear nothing. I gotta hear some. Nah, I need to hear something. Come on, Arvell. I ain't hear what I wanted to hear, but that was good, though. It was good, rap. Man, I'm Ohio State. I don't know how they ain't win no championship with all the damn talent. Ohio State, DB, Caleb Downs. Oh, shit. What's wrong with his ACL? Y'all niggas be lying, man. That's why I hate watching it, man. You be on YouTube all day, bro. These niggas be lying. They said this nigga had regenerative ACL injuries, bro. Like, the nigga couldn't walk no more. That shit was smooth. That's Ed Reed-ish. Them feet, Ed Reed-ish. Now, I know this is a workout, but you can't fake that. They look good. Now, personally, I'm not going to take him with that number 7 pick, only because the ultimate leader for the team has to be Dan Quinn. I think the ultimate leader for the team has to be Dan Quinn of that defense. I think we got guys who can take some of that leadership role on the defense as well. Nick Cross, who came in from the Indianapolis Colts. He seems to do what Caleb Downs does. Will that stop Adam Peters from still picking Caleb Downs and bringing him to the Washington Commanders, the Burgundy and Gold? That's yet to be seen. But I think we have our Caleb Downs already.
They tried to get Pierce. They tried to get Dobbs. They obviously feel like, even in this offense, the plan is not what we've seen so far. The plan was something else that didn't quite come to fruition. So you know that receiver is something David Blough feels like he needs badly. Otherwise, you weren't trying to give Alec Pierce $30 million a year.
I think that's something. I think that might be indicative.
The other one could be they were aggressive at receiver, so you know they wanted a receiver. They tried to
that $30 million to Alec Pierce, that shit is facade, man. That shit was during the legal tampering period. I don't think that we was ever going to really sign that man at $30 million. That's crazy.
Our team, if it's just relative to the rest of the league, average health, they should be a much better team next year. We know what they were as a healthy team in 2024. Why would you assume that if they're healthy in 2026, that it wouldn't be a lot different than it was last year? I'm going to assume that. Now, if he gets hurt again, or if they have all these injuries, it's not going to happen. But the chances of last year happening again this year, I mean, that's a once in 7-8 year kind of a season.
Hey, I don't know about the rest of the league, Slim, but apparently Washington all in on these Ohio State boys. According to Ryan Fowler.
All right, so he's referring to the same tweet on X that we saw earlier. Commanders GM Adam Peters, assistant GM Lance Newmark, head coach Dan Quinn, offensive coordinator David Blough, defensive coordinator Daronte Jones will all be in attendance for Ohio State's Pro Day today. All hands on deck in Washington. Full court press. Press the issue, AP. Press that issue, AP.
It says the
Fuck I'm talking
Commanders
about.
general manager Adam Peters, assistant general manager Lance Newmark, head coach Dan Quinn, offensive coordinator David Blough, and defensive coordinator Daronte Jones will all be in attendance for Ohio State's
Hell
pro
yeah.
day tomorrow. Shoot, at this point, it ain't gonna surprise me if Josh Harris pop out. All seriousness,
yeah.
man, this just goes to show you how talented Ohio State is as a program and how interested we are in so many of their players. Obviously, Caleb Downs, obviously, Carnell Tate, obviously, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, but even some of their second-round guys, like their defensive tackle and their cornerbacks. List goes on. Comment down below which Ohio State Buckeye y'all want us to draft the most, if y'all want us to draft them. Buckeyes get real active, so I wouldn't mind.
I think is the best player. Now, again, this is all about position value and scarcity.
Who's your number one Buckeye?
Caleb Downs, I think, is the best player. Now, again, this is all about position value and scarcity. And, I'm struggling with this when it comes to he and Jeremiah Love an awful lot. But I think
And I think it's a good thing that you could struggle when you're thinking about that, because that would say that Adam Peters is doing his job and he's filling the holes necessary on the team. That's what it shows, if you ask me.
Downs, for all 32 teams, would walk in and be one of their 2 or 3 best defensive players. I think that guy's incredible. And the same conversation you and I have had a bunch about Jeremiah Love, where it's like, are you worried about positional value? And yes, you kind of tie yourself into knots. It's like, shh. Badass, awesome, baller. Day one, the Kyle Hamilton effect. He's not Kyle Hamilton. That's a different player. Obviously, the Hamilton's big and tall and talented. Isn't that? He's basically 6 foot, a couple pounds over 200. But I think that dude was born to play everywhere as a safety, Swiss Army knife, kind of do a little bit of everything. I think he's outstanding.
Yeah, man. I think no matter which direction Adam Peters, Mr. AP, decides to go in, I believe no matter what, the season depends on Jaden. We're going to put everything on Jaden's shoulders again, and he's going to be the reason why we're a spectacular team, and he's going to be the reason why we're just not up to par. And it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and that's how it's going to be, man. Hey, if you got into the video this far, I do appreciate you for clicking on that thumbnail. It's that man, Abu, is Brother Man. And you watch another video of the Washington Commanders universe, where we go around, we take a look, and we put our ears to the streets to try to hear what other people around the internet are saying about the Commanders and how we're doing. Looks like recently, Ohio State Pro Day workout, all hands on deck, full court press. We at your neck. And Adam Peters and them boys had to go see about them boys up Ohio State, man. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, man. Beat